Tonight on Podcast Them Down, will the real accept? Please step forward. Ooh, not so fast, Wolf.
Cast them down.
Hail, Metal Nation, it is we, Podcast Them Down. I'm Tim, that's Matt and Doug. We are the Metal Nation's premier metal podcast. What's that look?
I'm sorry. I just changed my username to Steven Seagull, and I was just chuckling at it because it's summertime.
Well, way to shit on the intro. All right, here we go.
Hey, I was just smirking.
Oh, hey.
That's not my fault.
Hey, speaking of summertime, new Black Metal Beach Party album is out. Or about to be out. Comes out June 21st, and we are recording that. Not the first day of summer, you see. So if it is in fact summer, then you can get the new Black Metal Beach Party, which is entitled Subtropical Full Moon Mysticism.
It's pretty cool.
Wherever music has been devalued. Like
we could
Spotify.
do an album review or something
if
for
I want it on cassette or 8-track, where do I go?
I'll print you one, but I only got rights cleared for digital media. So
can I get it on video cassette digital audio?
Yeah, but it's gonna cost you.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, so how familiar are you with Accept and with UDO DIRKSCHNEIDER? Exactly. Exactly. So I saw a headline on Blabbermouth recently, right? And it said Peter Baltus on why he quit Accept, right? And then it turns out he joined UDO. And so I was like, I know all these words, but I don't know what they mean. So I start pulling the thread, and oh my God, how did I not know any of this happened? So what I want to do is give you the overview, and then we're going to decide if we need to take action in a future episode.
Okay. Oh, I like this.
About this.
This is kind of like a preview.
Yeah, so my knowledge on all the goings on is cursory.
Okay.
And I am disorganized, so that is your warning up front. And I can already hear Chris, the former bassist of Burning Shadows, being really mad at me and disappointed that I didn't know any of this. He loves this band.
Correctly so, because here we are, we're assholes and we like Primal Fear.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we don't go back.
No.
And Accept is great. I was just listening to Metal Hard earlier today.
Oh, speaking of which, here's my vinyl copy of Metal Heart. It's damaged. My Metal Heart has been torn. I noticed something since you brought up Metal Heart. I noticed something I've never seen on an album before, and I don't know if this is an Accept thing or a Metal Heart thing, but so it has. You can see the track list here, perhaps, and let's see if I can get this on camera for our twatchers. This says Metal Heart somewhere, right? And then see that giant block of text under it? Hang on. Is it A-side, song, block of text, song, block of text, song, block of text?
Are those like descriptions?
So it says Metal Heart, UDO, lead vocals, backing vocals, Wolf, chorale, electric star, 6-string ovation, acoustic guitar, Gibson Flying V rhythm, Fender Strat / strings and things Strat, lead, backing vocals, Jorg, Gibson Flying V rhythm. They wrote down which guitars they used for what parts. And it is like that for every single song on here.
I think that's important information. I appreciate it.
Okay, so on future Burning Shadows records, I should write,
yes,
Tim, imported Japanese Jackson guitar.
And the room you record in.
Yeah.
Ambient temperature, anything else that could affect performance.
Yeah, atmospheric pressure. Like any resonance, like electronic resistance in the room you're recording.
About like impedances of all the
yeah. Whether it's AC or DC current, a lot.
So Matt, you're probably the least familiar with, except you might know them for their hit in the 80s, Balls to the Wall. Does that ring a bell?
Oh yeah, balls to the wall.
That's
Bah!
Accept. Okay.
Okay.
So their original lineup consisted of Wolf Hoffman and U.D.O DIRKSCHNEIDER and some other guys. Those other guys will be important, but
Okay.
so they had mainstream success from 83 to 87, which is when they put out Balls to the Wall, which I believe was on a Beavis and Butthead too, because it has all the guys
Nice.
against the wall, and then they put out Metal Heart, which was produced by the Scorpions producers. So
Nice.
Scorpions and Accept defined the German sound. So U.D.O has this raspy voice. And every German band that came after them was trying to be them. So Running Wild, who else? Running Wild, Blind Guardian.
Yep.
And the list goes on and on besides those two. I'm just can't.
Gamma Ray.
Yes.
Little bit.
Yeah, I just can't come up with one. But any bands out of that era from Germany had that style to the point where they called it Teutonic thrash metal.
Oh.
Now that I think about it, even Primal Fear, he leans into that, except for the high stuff.
Yeah. So, at one point, they in 87, depending on who you ask, U.D.O was fired. Okay, and he goes, "Well, so what happens when the lead singer gets fired? He starts a solo project."
Okay,
Now,
that makes sense.
U.D.O claims he was never fired. Okay,
I quit, bro. Is that
Right.
what he said?
He basically said it was a mutually agreed upon departure from the band. All right, now here's where it starts to get really odd. So he puts out a solo album. This solo album was written by Accept. So
Wait.
Accept wrote him an album. I have to pull up the page again. But let's see, in 86, Accept put out the Accept album, Russian Roulette. In 87, they released Animal House by U.D.O under the name U.D.O,
Okay.
right? But it was written by Accept, okay? So while they're doing that, they're auditioning singers, and they get this guy, David Reese. And he's American.
Okay.
They do a tour, and then one of the guitarists, not Wolf, one of the other guys, gets hurt during the tour, and they said, well, we can't continue without him, so they I was the drummer, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's too many Stefans and Kaufmans and stuff. The drummer got injured, so they finished the tour with someone else. They decided they can't continue without Kaufman, and I don't really like this new guy either. So they disbanded briefly. Okay?
Let's get our shit together.
Yeah.
We're out. The band's done. For
So
now.
then they get back together a few years later with DIRKSCHNEIDER, and they do a few albums. And then they recorded an album with Michael Wagner at
Okay.
which is where Hammerfall recorded Renegade. They did it in Tennessee and everything. Oh, and apparently one of them lives in Tennessee now. So one of the Accept guys, Wolf actually. So then they go on hiatus again. Okay. 97 to 2005. In 2005, they get back together once again with U.D.O
All right.
and do a reunion tour, a brief one. And then they go, UDO won't let us do a longer reunion tour. So then they
Okay.
go away again. And then in 2009-ish, they returned with Blood of the Nations with a new singer. And they've been active ever since. Okay.
With the new singer.
With the new singer. During this time, like over the years, various members have left Accept and joined UDO.
What?
The most recent of which is the 40-year plus bassist of Accept, Peter Baltus. And he joined Accept. Or he left Accept because this is so German. I found out some things that are really not nice. That was his quote. So basically what it sounds like is Wolf is trying to get all the songwriting credits.
Okay.
Okay, so I went back and I looked at who got credited over the years, and for years and years and years, it was just all music by Accept, including UDO's solo album. And then and their producer. But then at some point, or manager, or whoever, at some point they started listing it by person. And I haven't actually checked the most recent one, but that's why Peter Baltus quit. Well, he then announced that he joined UDO along with some other people. And UDO says UDO is more Accept than Accept is at the moment.
Wow. Well, that's them's fighting words.
Yes.
So who gets?
Well, and he has to fight because there's a lot of people who would argue this second era of Accept is better than the first.
Yeah.
Once you get past the first two records,
that is an issue. So there's a couple things going on. So there's this. Wolf got the rights to the name Accept.
Okay.
Okay. UDO does not. UDO has been, during all these hiatuses and reunions and stuff, in the meantime, UDO has been consistently putting out albums and performing Accept songs pretty much nonstop until 2018, when he decided he's not going to do Accept songs anymore.
Okay, so he was doing balls to the wall up until like 2018.
I don't know that.
But he could have been.
So if you're keeping score, there was one classic Accept member in Accept, Wolf, who started the band, and in UDO there's like 3, and there have been more.
Okay.
Including that drummer who hurt his back. And the former lead guitarist whose name also was Stefan.
yeah, the earliest members now. Well, the singer is the second oldest guy, Mark Tornillo.
Yes. Yeah, he's like 70 now, isn't he?
Yeah, he was a hair metal guy, and he's great. Apparently, they don't always see eye to eye politically.
Oh, he's American too, so what does that mean?
Oh.
Let's see. Yeah, he's 69.
All right.
He's from New Jersey. So I guess he has to drive over to Nashville to.
Yeah, and he's got the raspy UDO thing, but in a way that sounds like there's enough differentiation that he's in no way a clone, but he can do the old material.
Yeah, and apparently UDO has said some less than flattering things about the new guy and how the new guy and how Accept has been run and what they're doing. So,
why didn't he just call his band No Exception?
How about Accept and then EXCE?
Yeah, it should be Accept.
Yeah. Accept and Accept. I like it. Oh, and then you could tour together.
Yeah. Accept.
Yeah, so I think this is... So, you know, at one point there was like 3 Rhapsodies. There was Rhapsody of Fire, led by the keyboardist. There was Luca Turilli's Rhapsody, and there was Fabio's Rhapsody, or something like that.
Yeah.
And
I'm surprised it wasn't like.
I was hoping they'd all just tour, constantly, and so that way you get 3 times the Rhapsody.
They could just play back to back to back.
I think you raised an interesting economics question here, Tim, because thinking about it, so many of these bands are one original guy and then a bunch of session musicians. And is that because that's all you could, you can really afford?
Yeah, well, that's
I mean, Blind Guardian's been very transparent with, what the
that bassist.
See,
Another step.
Still a session guy.
Last I checked, he was, but I stopped paying attention. To make things more confusing, by the way, Udo performed for a few years under DIRKSCHNEIDER.
Okay.
And
DIRKSCHNEIDER.
And his son, Sven DIRKSCHNEIDER, plays drums. Oh, there goes Dad singing again. Yeah, so it was supposed to be for a special tour. It was supposed to be, so it was DIRKSCHNEIDER, and it was a farewell to accept songs in Udo sets, but he does it under the name DIRKSCHNEIDER for some reason. I don't know. I remember that tour going around. I'm like, oh, isn't that guy?
It seems very confusing.
His son looks exactly like his son.
Whoa, what?
Oh, yeah? I haven't actually looked him up yet. That's SVEN, Sven DIRKSCHNEIDER. Oh, yeah, he does look like him, just with hair.
Well, he had hair back in the balls to the wall era.
Balls to the wall.
Wow, wow.
All right, so how is this something we want to explore further? I realize this is a short episode, but
I mean, first of all, I am so intrigued. I think, well, number one, I'm gonna try to become Facebook friends with Sven DIRKSCHNEIDER, so maybe we can get him on to talk about this. But first of all, you need to convince me why we're not gonna cover this all in September. Because it seems like there's enough albums to do it.
I was thinking that.
Man.
That's it.
I don't know if you realize what kind of undertaking that's going to be, because we'd have to listen to, let's see. So I'm assuming we're also going to listen to Udo, because
it's Udo-tober, September, and Udo-tober.
So there are, starting with Animal House in 87, there's Mean Machine. These are all Udo, just Udo.
Okay.
89, Mean Machine. 90, Faceless World. 91, Time Bomb. Then he got back together with Accept. So then when they disbanded again, 97, Solid. 98, No Limits. 99, Holy. 2002, Man and the Machine. 2004, Thunderball. 2005, 2007, 2009, 2011, 2013, 2015, 2018, 2021, and 2023. The last one is called Touchdown for some reason. And
there's no way
I'm hoping that's space and not football.
There's no way I'm not listening to an album called Rev Raptor that includes the track called Fairy Tales of Victory. I mean, come on. It's the perfect lead into Metal Borg.
Well, and also Andy Sneap, he came up before. He produced the Accepts album with the new singer, the first one. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he did
done all of them.
He's done all of them. I know he did.
Yeah,
the first one. So,
and they are all good to great.
I mean, these all sound
amazing. Blood of the Nations, I think we saw them. That's when we saw, because Accept's always gone kind of just, it's very metal, but they've always done the militaristic thing, image-wise, even if the music's not all that. But we saw them on that tour with Sabaton opening, and Sabaton kind of embarrassing themselves in front of all the actual veterans of actual wars in Springfield, Virginia.
You're not wrong.
That sounds amazing.
I gotta show you this picture of except I found, because they have 3 guitarists too now, apparently. Oh, you
Whoa.
can't see them all. Man, this is difficult. Just shrink it. Nope, that's not working. Well, anyway, they have 3 guitarists, and they're all doing this.
I mean, there's nothing not amazing here.
I am so ignorant. Apparently, I always thought Balls to the Wall was their debut album, but no, it's their
Like
5th
6th.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
there's no reason not to do this.
I just
And
saw
we
your-
definitely need to explore this.
I just saw your name, Steven Seagull.
But also his name is Udo, right?
Yeah.
So what's the point of having it be UDO?
Very good question. Maybe we can figure that out.
Okay, so his name is U.D.O. DIRKSCHNEIDER, right? So is it the U.D.O. DIRKSCHNEIDer organization? Is
Ooh.
that what it stands for?
Well, there is. Oh no, that's not. Never mind. There's Dirk Schneider and the Old Gang, but that is not Udo, unfortunately.
No.
I don't want to spend 2 months listening to this.
Well, it's your fault.
Yeah, you.
I did, but I wanted to bring up whether we should explore it, not whether we should listen to every goddamn album.
And we
you
need
put out the challenge, and we accept it. Or
and we need to get it wrapped up in time for Darksensember.
For what?
Darksensember?
I still don't know what you're trying to
It's
say.
Darksen. It's another heavy metal German band formed in Dortmund in 1983,
Oh, that's why I don't get it.
featuring Jens Frank, Jochen Fundes, Connie Beck. Hey, wait, Connie Beck, wasn't that a Bart's Hero when he made the Soapbox Derby?
3-time Soapbox Derby winner Connie Beck. I think so. That sounds right. Yeah.
Darksensember is not as
This
hard.
is random, but the photograph of Accept on Metal Archives. Why does it look like the singer is there and everyone else is a cardboard cutout?
Oh man, they probably are. I gotta look at this. Oh, there's
There's
a band called Accept Death.
It looks like D. Snyder is standing in front of a painting.
Oh yeah. No, it's like D. Snyder's cousin.
Yeah, this is G. Snyder.
They must maybe. I mean, this must be a new picture with the 3rd guitarist, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
maybe they
gotta be.
never were in the same place.
It doesn't look right. You're totally.
See, there's all kinds of things to explore. We definitely need to dig deeper into this.
Well, let's just briefly. I'm gonna skim over some of these average review scores, which we know are not reliable, but maybe it'll give us a good feeling
Oh my god.
for what Metal Archives people like. So Too Mean to Die got 69%. So this is going backwards. 69, 77, 88, 87, 85. So the first few albums were in the 80s and then kind of trailed off. And then before that, let's see, I see 70s and 80s and 60s. What? Someone gave TV War the single 100%.
Was it Udo?
The lyrics are very good, as is whatever Matt shared. We'll be listening to that.
Yeah, like look at this art. I just put it in the chat here. Yes, Tim, touchdown is a football reference.
Damn it.
And look at this shiny silver spiky football.
I have to figure out how to get there. Oh, how would you even catch that? What? No, I think it'd be easier to catch that
It's easy to catch.
football because you just got the This is going to be the episode image. So that's gonna
Unfortunately,
be-
it's
so
not
it'll
great
be easy to
kick.
catch because you just have to put your hands out and let
Yeah.
it impale you.
Should wear like boxing gloves.
Oh, and I also don't know if this is cool or obnoxious, but Wolf is also a photographer. So he took lots of the photos of the album covers for Accept.
Okay.
So it,
Like he took
Yeah,
the
Probably
picture
did
of
that
the
Photoshop job of the band.
yeah.
so it looks like the UDO albums are all over the place, but they probably are generally in the 80s in terms of scores. So they did a live in
that's-
Bulgaria 2020 pandemic survival show.
I mean, that sounds awesome.
The first track is called Tongue Reaper.
What? Come on. Come on.
All right, well, it sounds like we will be solving this in the future, so you have that to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
So until Metal Nation next time, keep your order in words.
And your balls to the wall.